So next I'd like to call Dr. Sunandini Bose because she has to go to TSTC to take a class on there also, and she is going to talk about financial aspirations of young entrepreneurs. She has been ranked 2 years in a row best top 5 clinics in Delhi. So she is very pertinent, very good choice for this topic.
Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Sunandini Bose. So I will be speaking about financial aspirations of a young entrepreneur. I thank Dr. Nilesh Kumar for helping me with this presentation. So why is this topic important? It is because we want to know that what exactly we want. We have to set a realistic time goal, and we have to also understand that what is the particular time that we have to finish this goal. So when we are planning our infrastructure, it will depend upon whether you own a setup or it is a rented place, whether it is a posh or a frugal setup, whether you want to have a full setup or also have a part-time setup or a small setup in a periphery. And your area of establishment or your location is also very important, because it will have effect on your rent, your property value, your OPD fees, and your investigation amounts also. So every state has its own guidelines for an eye clinic. Also NABH has their own guidelines. So they have a particular square area that you have to make for an eye clinic. So your financial planning will also be affected with it. Coming to equipment planning, you have to divide it into a must-have, an optional, and desirables. So this is a list of an OPD essentials that are must for me. So what I recommend always is to go for something which is of an average price. Do not go for something which is very cheap because you can afford it. Just make a little bit amount more and go for something that can give you a valid valid results, because you don't want your patients to have a bad refraction, or you don't want your MCT to go wrong. Also initially you can just invest in an appellation tonometer. It is cheaper than an NCT nowadays, but make sure that this is not for a screening purpose. The appellation is not for a screening purpose. So basic OPD setup generally comes between 8 to 15 lakh rupees. So what more can we add once we start earning some money? For me, the first in the list are an A-scan biometer and OCT. Why I added this two in the first was because they will give me an indirect revenue also. So if I have to send my patient to an eye clinic or somewhere else, I will be losing my patient. They will, go to that particular eye clinic. So once I have my own A-scan biometer, I will have my own cataract patient. My cataract patients will increase. If I do my OCTs, I will have more anti-VEGF cases. If you're a retina person, you can invest in a green laser, FFA, B-scan. Perimeter, I would say that initially you buy something which is a portable machine. They have very good installments, nowadays for a portable machine also. So what are the must-have for an OT setup? This is the list. Initially, you can buy a phacoemulsification machine which you are very comfortable with. Do not go for a machine where the machine is doing all the work, such as something like a Centurion. You can go for basic machines from Oatly or even Legion also if you want, and be comfortable with your surgical microscope. Do take a demo for them. So a basic OT setup generally starts between 20 to 30 lakh rupees more. What else you can have in your OT once you start having it is an ETO machine. They will help you in doing retina cases, or you're doing the sets where you're not using them all the time. You can invest in a lens library if you want to have some discount on your lenses. High-end phaco machine, as I said, once you start growing your practice, you can add it. Recording system is must if you want to present in conferences, you want to learn yourself also, and for a teaching purpose also. So coming to human resources, what I generally suggest is you take someone who is full-time. Do not take part-timers, they will run off. And again, you have to teach someone your mental balance will go. Always choose someone who can do a little bit of multitasking, and they can have your flexible hours of working also. So how to start is doing an electronic billing from day one. You can take cash if you're in a small town, but make sure that CGHS, EGHS, all these people need at least 2 years of ITR. So it should be a particular amount, I think 20 lakhs or something in per for every year. And you have to do a daily collection review, monthly expense review. You have to make an Excel for your all items. Do not think about profit for the first 2 to 3 years. This is very important. When I started my practice, initially for the 6 months, I was actually in little bit of loss. Then I came down to a cost effect in the first 2 years, and now my company is actually making profit. So for effective budgeting, you have to adjust the budgeting regularly depending upon your income and expense, not only for your personal finances but also for your business. Have some money saved up for 3 to 6 months salary, so that for in the higher days they can come handy. So have a financial safety. So financial planning can be based on these four criteria. Coming to financial worth, a very competent surgeon like Dr. Nilesh Kumar, Dr. Digvijay sir, they can have easily a turnover rate of around 25 to 30%, I think. So it depends upon also your number of year in practice, your rapport with the patient, your qualification also. For monitoring and adjusting, most of these things are generally very fixed. Your consumables and staff salary, if you're hiring new staff, they will keep on changing. Every year your rent, if you're paying your rent, they will change also. So coming to revenue generation, how you can do it? By maximizing your use of your machine, hire the right person at the right salary, plan your asset wisely. That means you do not buy something that you desire. So I might be desiring a Centurion, but I know that at this particular point of my life, I cannot, take out the cost of the machine. So buy what can earn you money. So by increasing your footfall, by word of mouth, do good with the patient will bring you patient. Optical and pharmacy businesses will help, and then you can invest in digital marketing, which is very important. Coming to funding options, these are the various funding options. So a few things that I would like to tell is a lot of companies give you this equally divided PDCs for 1 or 2 years. So you can ensure that you ask the companies once you're buying these machines. Also you can do IOL bundling, but I have never taken IOL bundling with these cases. So planning your net, so just a small example, that if you take a doctor's loan, so generally it is for 6 to 7 years, or even if you take an equipment loan, the maximum amount is, I think, for year is around 7 years. And when you take a loan against property, that is an OD account, that is for 15 years. So everything, if you keep the same, you take in a 40 lakh rupees loan, and the interest rate is same. So if you see at the last part, the EMI is different. So you see that when we are taking a loan against the property, the EMI is less, but the catch over here is you cannot close an OD account, foreclosure cannot be done. But a doctor's loan and equipment loan, you can always do a foreclosure. And so with this, also you have to protect your income by having a disability insurances, malpractice insurances, life insurances, and please do invest in a bulk machine insurances, because sometimes the company CMCs are very, very costly. So with this, I wish you all the best for your financial journey. Thank you.
That was very beautifully summed up for anybody who's who's starting off practice. So I, of course, yes, both of you are also been doing that. I think one of the important things is that in the beginning, you don't really have to stress to invest in land or building. You can go on a rental model and then shift to some other place, because the initial capital that you put in is very important. If you put in too much of a bulk inside, that becomes a problem. But are you guys running yours as a proprietorship or a company or an LLP? Is there a difference in that?
So my both my centers are under a multi-speciality hospital that are run by my in-laws. But after 2 years, what I have done is that I give them a rent, because I want to be my own boss. I do not want to be under them. So I pay a monthly rent to them, and now I will be opening a third center, which will be completely different from those multi-speciality centers. So I think the one thing that you said, sir, the rent, it's always better that the first 1 or 2 year you go on rent, and then immediately if you think that your system is picking up, you buy your property.
What I have done, my father ran for 25 years as a proprietorship, and when I joined him, then again it became like me, my father, and so then we converted into a private limited. So converting to private limited has its own limitation. If you start taking, like if it's tax efficient when you are investing that money back into your hospital or your company. But if you want to take out dividends, then it is very tax inefficient. Around 60% of your money will go into taxes. So it depends on how. I think when we are young, Like I had my father's backing, so I was not. But those who are running their home with this, I think proprietorship is a better way to go. Or if you want to upgrade, if you are in partnership, LLP is a good thing. Now there is something called as one man company also. One man company is all thing that is all benefits of tax saving for the company, but it is a single director, so you don't need to have any partner or anything. So that is also one option to go.
Plus, the advantage of an LLP or a private limited that you can set up is that you can actually come under the MSME category, and so the government is really supporting in a lot of ways these days with loans and other things. But a good idea is to look at an LLP, because I started mine as an LLP with my father. So one way that we both know what we've invested, and also that it becomes a separate entity. So you actually have yourself and then the LLP. So you can actually divide your expenses, and you can work better on taxes. But a private limited has a lot of other compliances, so one has to be careful of that.
So companies like Bajaj, Finserv, and there are other companies. So you can get your so Facto or Pristine, one of those. I'm not sure. So these companies, so if you have an NCT and OCT, they give you a bulk insurance for this. So your every year CMC they will do, the company will cover it, that insurance company will cover it. So when you take it from those machine companies, for example, you take it from the Topcon or IDEC, the CMC values are very high. So if you do not want to invest, so basically what these people have are the engineers who have come out from those systems only. So basically if the engineer can do the work, it is okay to get the bulk insurance for your machines. Yes. Yes.
So there.
AMC is okay. AMC you can take from the routine machine company. For CMC you should have. Yeah. Generally depending upon how much of investment you have. So if you have an OCT, it will somewhere come between, for all the machines, it comes somewhere between 50 to 60,000 per year. So I have my FACO machine, my microscope, my OCT, every other thing is covered under this. And they do the routine CMCs and the routine AMC also. Thrice in a year they will come for your AMC checkups also. So it is around 50 to 60, I think. No. So company initially, sorry.
The company will cover the preventive maintenance, because if they open the part every time, they might not, like if they come to do a preventive maintenance, it might not be very good. The actual company should do the annual maintenance. And what these companies do is, if some parts break, they will buy it from, like what I have talked to the to other company, and we are, as society, we are in talks with Policy Bazaar to offer it to all our members also. What they will do is, if any parts break, they will pay to, say if I have a Zeiss machine, they will pay it to Zeiss, and Zeiss will come and repair it. But we don't have to pay CMC to Zeiss, and they also won't be paying a CMC to Zeiss. They will just purchase. So if there are 1,000 members, then the premium they will get is much more, and they will get like 1 or 2 breakdowns a year, so they cover the cost like that. So that is the whole concept, sir. So AMC should be from the company that is there. That will be better. What I feel is better to have that, and then a bulk purchase machine insurance that will cover the breakdowns. So CMC is for the parts, AMC is for preventive maintenance. They will come clean, say IOL master is there, they will come and clean the sensor at time, so it is properly calibrated. So, okay. Less expensive, it's very less. So like I just got a quotation for my IOL master, it's around 60-70,000 for AMC, and the CMC is around 2.5 lakhs. So there's a huge difference. So I'll pay for AMC and then take a bulk insurance, something like this. That is the plan. I welcome Dr. Ellen Kumar, sir. Sir, thank you for being here, sir. You can come and give some comments also, sir. It will be please, sir.